Hello everyone, welcome back to the workshop. If you were with us on the last video, you saw the stuff that we drug home after a cold weekend of chasing games. We got this little countertop game here. It's a Megatouch, touchscreen game, has multiple different games, a lot of fun for the whole family, but whenever we plugged it up and turned it on, listen, you hear it beep. That's what it normally does when it starts up. But unfortunately, there's no picture on the monitor. So we're going to have to do something about this if we're going to have any fun with it. You look at these things and you think, well, how in the heck are you going to work on it? I mean, you got these two locks back here, but we'll have to figure out how to get in there. First thing we'll do is power it off. Sorry for the interruption there. I don't know what happened, but anyway, we powered the machine off. We unplugged the cord. Then we can gently remove the power cord from the back. It's just a simple computer power cord, just like your computer has. And that'll give us a little bit easier time working on it. We can move it around in circles as it spins around. So we got to get in this back door. A lot of people don't realize it, but whenever you get a game, you can't find keys to the back door and it's locked. A lot of times, if you open up the coin door, you'll find hooks in here where they hang keys. I don't see where they would have been on this one, but over on this one, slide the door out. There's a key hanging on the back. So we come around, we open it up and we can access the back. Okay, that's not much room to work. So what we do on these, you got these little copper colored screws on each side connected to metal brackets. I've already loosened them to save time on camera. Take them out. You may have to use pliers to start them, but after that they come out with your hand. Then you just jar the cabinet just a little bit. Look how those holes don't line up anymore. That's because we have loosened up the cabinet. And it should now lift right off without any issue to give us room. And there we go. We now have access to the inside without so much restriction. And this is what you got. Your coin door slides in there. You got a power supply. You have your computer board, printed circuit board, PCB. This is a touchscreen controller. And you've got your monitor. So we've already unplugged the monitor and cut the plug off and installed it on a different monitor that we found. And now to get this all apart. Okay, that'll be our next step. Okay, in order to get this monitor out, the first thing we'll do is we'll slide the coin mechanism, coin bucket out of the way. No need for it to be up in our way. That gives us even more room. We try to remove this plastic bezel, but it doesn't lift off yet. So what we have to do, this monitor is simply, has 4 screws holding it in there. 1 on each side. We'll loosen them up, it'll slide down and lift up out of there. When we loosen them up and slide this back, that will allow this bezel to lift up out of there. You'll see that as we do it. First, we want to come on in the back here. We want to unplug this touchscreen controller. Be gentle with your plugs. Don't break anything. Gently wiggle it off of there, and it'll come off clean. Then we have one bolt on the power supply. We'll have to loosen up a screw and remove this one wire. So go ahead and get that wire out of there. Tighten the screw back up to hold the others in. Now that's loose. The signal wire for the monitor is right here. We unplug it. And there should be nothing else holding it in except these 4 screws. So we'll just loosen them a little bit. Okay, it slid back a little bit. When it slid back, gave me the clearance needed to lift this bezel off so I can set it up out of the way so it doesn't get broke. Now, this monitor should lift right out of here once we pull this cord out to the touchscreen controller, because we don't want to be carrying anything off. No wire with the plugs. Okay. Get the holes lined up. Lift it straight out, flip it over, and we'll have room to work. And you can see there's not much to it. It's just a shell. It now doesn't weigh hardly anything, maybe 20 pounds. It's heavy with all that other stuff on it. So we need to find a monitor that works. So we're back here in the room with all my monitors sitting around. And we had to look through them and find one that had the same video and power type hookup. And we found one. I actually cheated. I've already been here and done this. I cut the cord off the old non-working monitor and put it on this one. And we'll pull this out and see if we can't get it installed. Okay, so we got our monitor in here. We had to make sure it worked, so we plugged up our power wire. We hooked our signal wire up down here. At least we tried to. Oh. We'll plug our power cord back up to the back of it. Plug it back in. And we'll see if we have a monitor that works. Let's see what we got going. Oh, how about that? Look at that, we got us a working monitor. So, it's upside down. That's because the monitor sits upside down when it's mounted in the machine. So, we're going to add the screws to the side here so we can drop this one in place of that one. And we'll work on getting this touch screen swapped over. That's kind of a pain in the butt, but we'll show you how we're going to do it. We've got this one already cleaned up and ready to put the touch screen on, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so these touch screens always have this black, really good, strong, heavy-duty tape. I mean, this stuff's been on there 20 or 30 years sometimes and still sticks, but I've already peeled this loose to save us a little bit of time. Once you get the tape off from around it, be careful not to break your wires off over here as you're doing that. But once you get the tape off, there's some adhesive tape in between the two, between the picture tube glass and the touch screen. You're going to have to get in between that all the way around. I did this side here. I'm going to set the camera down while I do the others so that you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully. Okay. I already did this side here, but this tape sticks back, so. Just be careful not to break your wires down there. I'm pushing down with a little bit of force, but I'm not trying to overstrain it. I'm just letting it push through the glue and the tape. I don't want to cut myself in the process, and I don't want to tear anything up. Okay, this side's coming pretty easy. The new razor knife does wonders. Get over here, make sure your wires are out of the way when you do this. I'm going to turn it over so I'm not cutting forcibly to the wire. I can cut under the wire again. And then I can cut out the wires and gently fold it off. Don't force it because it's thin and you'll break it. Gently fold it over. I don't know if you can see that adhesive there, but gently pull it off and our touch screen's off. We'll have to clean it up a little bit around the edges and we'll get it mounted on the other monitor. We're going to set the monitor on top of this frame. It'll give you access to mount the touchscreen on here because we need to get to the bottom to be able to tape it. We put it down in here, we won't be able to get to the what would be the bottom then to tape it. So we're going to put the touchscreen on out here and then we'll flip it over and mount it down into the frame. Okay, first thing we're going to do, we got some two-sided tape here. We're going to run a ring of two-sided tape all the way around the edge of it so we can stick the touchscreen on and then tape it down to the frame. I'm going to run this two-sided tape down each side. As well as across the top and the bottom. And that's going to hold our touchscreen on there. Like I said, while we are busy gluing or taping down the edges of it. So we've almost got this here. Alright, 3 sides down. Hope you've been enjoying my videos. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the page or the channel. I really appreciate it. It helps get the views out there, subscribers up. We'll keep making the videos as long as you keep enjoying them. So, as you can see, we have the two-sided tape all the way around so that we can stick our touchscreen on there. Okay, let's peel off the backing. This is some rather old tape, so that may be a bit of a hassle. There we go. Once. Not as bad as I thought it would be. 2. My uncle gave this to me years ago. He had it in the garage, didn't have a use for it, so it's been sitting out here in my workshop for years. I use a little piece here and there. Right. 3 sides though. We're almost there. It's kind of slow going, but we're getting there. All right. Now we'll take our touchscreen. And it's gonna put it on like this because the wire will be facing the opposite side. You want to get it as close to the shape of the frame as possible because this is what's gonna tell the machine where you're touching at and what you're trying to pick for your answer. So you want to try to get it centered on there, and I'm not going to let it sit too long without tape because it's cold out and the glue's not sticking. We don't have heat in the workshop. It sticks, but it doesn't stay stuck very well. So we're going to trim that extra two-sided tape off that we don't need up on the top and the edges, and be right back with you. Okay, our next step, we're breaking out the duct tape. And we're going to take our touch screen down to the monitor frame. Not going to waste your time with that. I'll turn the camera off, but I'm going to go around this 2 or 3 times and get it all sealed on there real well, and we'll be right back with you. Okay, so here's where we're at. We got our touch screen taped on. We're going to flip it over, place it back into the frame in the proper orientation. Now those of you thinking, oh wow, this is hard. I just want you to know, I've never done this before. It might work, it might not. I guess we'll find out afterward. We'll go ahead and get everything plugged back in before we tighten anything down. So we're going to turn this around. Get our touchscreen controller plugged back up. Get our monitor power plugged back up and our signal wire plugged back up. And we'll be right back with you so you can see if it works along with us. Okay, so we got everything hooked back up. Got it set into position. Turn it back on. Let's see what we got. Hear the beep when it boots up. See the picture starting to load onto the screen there. Look at that. Now let's see if the touch screen works. Hey, how about that? I don't know what game I'm playing, but all right. Well, let's see. I don't know how this works. Huh. But anyway, the touchscreen does work, so we'll get it put back together and see how she plays. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us on our first touchscreen installation. Never installed one of those before. So we'll see where we're at. All right, game comes on. Multi-game, we got 7 games there, 7 there, and another 6 there. So we got 20 games. Yeah, that's not bad. Oh. Let's play. Oh, draw poker. Bet it all. Oh, look at this. Oh yeah, 3 of a kind. All right, everybody. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. And we hope to see you on the next video. We appreciate you tuning in for this one. Have a good day, and thank you.